À la prochaine. Good evening, everybody. I'm Pierre Roberge, the Daily Trader. It is March 29th, and we are going to take a look at Tesla stock from a technical analysis perspective. My goal in doing these videos is to help you understand how you can use technical analysis to make better trading and investing decisions, but I'm not a financial advisor, so please do your own research and make your own decisions. So Tesla is up $4.69. That's 2.48%, closed at 193.88. Post market, we seem to be down a little bit. Let's look at what we have here on the chart. Tesla is having a good day today, so we are up from yesterday where we basically touched 185.69. Today, we are making a higher low, making a higher high, and we even broke our diagonal resistance. We broke it barely, but it's still a break. We have a long wick at the bottom, just a small wick at the top. This is a decently bullish candle. Let's take a look at the 1 hour chart to understand how this happened. So we had a little bit of a gap up here, a gap up right here, went quite high. We went until 195.27. That's the high of the day. And then we came down a little bit. But then second hour was strong. Third hour was also quite strong. Then a small pullback, and then we are green for the next 2 hours. We have stochastic over 60 back on the 1 hour chart, and everything on the 1 hour chart is now positive. This is great. So let's come back to the daily chart. So on the daily chart, let's look at our indicators. So we have stochastic over 60 again. This is nice to see this. MACD is all positive, RSI is all positive, and DMI is also bullish. Let's take a look at the news a little bit. So we have empty news wires that are mentioning that Tesla price cuts should benefit first quarter deliveries. Tesla will likely meet or slightly exceed expectations for first quarter deliveries as the company's price cuts earlier this year fueled demand, positioning the company to better compete with domestic manufacturers in China, blah, blah, blah. And again, like yesterday, the electronic vehicle maker should at least hit the 420,000 bogey for the quarter, with possible upside depending on logistics around deliveries this week. Even though we have this 420,000 delivery numbers, then people are expecting upsides based on that. So I think that all of this positiveness is just going to help us before April 2nd or 3rd, when Tesla is going to talk about their production numbers and also deliveries. We have some Barron's news, and we have Ives here that believes that Tesla can deliver roughly 430,000 units above the current consensus of 420K. So analysts are expecting Tesla to beat. This is going to be very interesting. Other Tesla news, Tesla is on the hunt for electricians as it grows its solar battery business. So Tesla is on the hunt for a lot of electricians as it grows its solar and battery business after a tax credit was increased to 30% last year. With changes to the federal tax credit for solar power last year, new installations are now back to receiving a generous 30% credit, which makes it a smart investment for homeowners. This should be good news for their solar business. We should see an increase, a decent increase during the earnings call for that business. Let's now take a look at the VIX. So VIX is really continuing its drop down. So we are down 0.85. That's 4.26%, closed at 1911. So this is really dropping. This is why the markets are doing great. So right now we have a break for Dow Jones. We broke our downward diagonal resistance, our channel resistance right here. And we also broke our horizontal resistance right here, which means that we are not going to get caught into a congestion zone. So this is a nice buy signal. We have stochastic over 60. So that's plenty great. S&P 500, we have the same thing. We broke our diagonal downward resistance and we broke the congestion zone. This is great. This is also a buy signal right here. NASDAQ, we had broken our downward resistance a long time ago and we were just standing still below 11,834 and now we just broke it. This is another buy signal. So stock market is doing a lot of buy signals. We have a stochastic at 91, so things are doing quite well. Let's take a look at gold a little bit. So gold is closing down a little bit, 0.39%. What about silver? Silver is still climbing, 0.25% up silver. Silver is doing great. Let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin was coming down into this descending triangle, but now look at this big green candle. Yes, the volume is not that big, but still, this is something that's quite decent. We are still inside our congestion zone, so we would need to break 28,758 just to be sure that we are going to go a little bit higher. Let's take a look at Ripple. Ripple is doing super great. After having done this big move, we started to stabilize a little bit, and now we are just going higher and higher. So Ripple is up 6.43%. So you wanted me to look at the US dollar index. So I think it makes sense that we are looking at that. If we look at this, so in terms of the dollar, we are into a downward channel. We have this downward channel right here. We have a second one that's a little bit faster in its drop. But now we are temporarily stabilizing right here. We are stabilizing and we were very close to the support. And now after having touched this resistance right here, we are caving into it. But now we seem to be stabilizing a little bit. We have support at 101,600 and we are also above 102,196. So these are two important support. The second one that was used as resistance here in January, and we broke outside of it. And we broke above it and used it in February as support. And now, even though we broke outside of it a little bit, we seem to be gathering around 02. Maybe we are going to go towards this resistance again. And then at that point, we are going to have to take a look at if we are going to break it or if we are going to start breaking support at 101,600. Nobody knows what is going to happen. Let's just watch it in real time. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you like what I do, you can become a YouTube member. Click on my TradingView affiliate link. I'm going to wish you a great evening. We are going to talk tomorrow and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.